Happy Saturday. Okay, let's read together. As a disability lawyer, your clients are some of the most vulnerable people on the planet. Many of them are dealing with mental health issues or a history of trauma. And no one calls a disability attorney when life is going great. You're meeting these clients at one of the most stressful periods in their lives. When they're facing a serious problem, they need your help to resolve. So if your client faces mental or emotional challenges to begin with, the stresses of their case are likely to exacerbate these issues. Depending on their disability, some clients may have conditions that make it difficult for them to focus, which can be difficult when trying to guide them through the legal process. Many of these clients also have a high school education or less, and symptoms which can further complicate communication with the firm, especially when it comes to providing the legal information that we need to help them. All of these factors can cause tension in your working relationship despite your best efforts, and can sometimes prompt hostility from the very clients you're trying to help. So, if I had to rewrite that section, I wouldn't use the word tension, even though that definitely does apply, but I would use the word friction, because this book is like coming from a business perspective. Whether it's a disability law practice or a regular law practice or any business at all, our job as a business owner is to identify points of friction and resolve them. And that wasn't something like I knew was part of the deal, right? Like, I know how to represent a client in court, but I didn't know, how to identify friction and resolve it. So what are the ways that I did it? One way is creating standard operating procedures. So once you identify a point of friction, resolve it so that it doesn't keep on happening. You have to document it so that you can have that system work more smoothly in the future. And for us, information retrieval is a major point of friction. We're dealing with people who sometimes have issues with memory. They have issues with pain. They have issues with mental health. So this means that sometimes at their baseline, they cannot remember things to provide information, or they have different times where they might feel better or worse. And so it's difficult for them to just be available and on when we need them to be, to provide the information that we need in order to help them. So ways that we were able to get around that, there's a lot of different ways that we had to kind of smooth over that friction. But a few of the ways are, one, we have a client app that allows a secure method of us to communicate that doesn't require either one of us to be on calls. So having a client app has been definitely a game changer. Another thing that we do, and it's substantially reduced the amount of phone calls that we have, which generally disrupt workflow in general. So another thing is we use disability accessible forms. So forms that they're able to use, we send them a link, they click on it, and they're able to give us information, again, at their convenience when they're feeling up to it. So information retrieval has been a huge part of our streamlining practice, and finding different ways to resolve that friction that works for them and of course works for us as well. So hope you found this helpful.